Hey Royal Sussex Squad, welcome back my people. Come on in, grab your favorite drink and get comfortable because we have so much to talk about today. You know I don't miss a beat when it comes to calling out the nonsense, lifting up our beloved Duke and Duchess of Sussex and dragging the royal hypocrisy straight to the curb where it belongs. And today? Today we're going to break down what really went down during the latest VE Day celebrations over in the UK, and the press circus surrounding it. Now while the royalist media was out here falling all over themselves to gush about Prince Louis brushing his daddy's shoulder and yanking at Prince William's military braid, they conveniently forgot about something pretty important. Substance. Meaning, depth, integrity. But let's not act surprised, because when it comes to the British press and the royal family's PR machine, fluff comes first. And actual service, actual dignity, actual leadership, that's not part of the palace agenda anymore, unless of course it involves Harry and Meghan, and even then, only if they can twist it into something negative. So let's talk about it. Let's get into this moment where little Prince Louis, cheeky as ever, decided to tug on his father's fancy uniform during the 80th anniversary of VE Day. Yes, it was cute. Yes, it gave people something to smile about. But the media made it out to be the second coming of royal charm. Oh, look at little Louis brushing off daddy's uniform, what a darling. The meme king-in-chief, they cried. Whole headlines, pages and pages of it, just to tell us that a child did what children do, and that's fine. He's a kid. But do you see how the British press selectively glorifies one set of royals while demonizing another? Let's rewind. Let's remember when Harry and Meghan brought Archie out for a photo call, or when they shared tiny glimpses of Lilibet. The media didn't praise them for being protective parents. No. They attacked them for not letting the press control the narrative. They called them cold, secretive, and accused Meghan of trying to be special. Do you see the contrast? When William and Kate show up with their kids for a public spectacle, the press calls it a delightful surprise. They talk about how grounded and relatable they are. They say Charlotte is the next Diana, Louis is the family comic, and George is the future king in the making. But when Meghan lovingly holds Archie close and shields her children from a brutal media machine, they call her controlling. They say she's difficult. They even accused her of staging a photo shoot with baby Archie when she was just taking a walk in a park. Tell me how that makes sense. And while we're here, let's not pretend that the VE Day event wasn't about more than just royal appearances. This was the first major VE Day since the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, a monarch who, for all her flaws, had a genuine connection to that moment in history. She actually went out and celebrated with the public back in 1945 as a young princess. That's history, that's legacy. But was that the focus? No. The focus was on outfits, balcony placements, and Louis being Louis. That's what the royal PR team wants. Distraction. They don't want you asking real questions about who's truly serving, who's actually showing up, and who's just showing off. Because if people really took a good look, they'd realize that Harry and Meghan, despite being pushed out, vilified and hounded, have consistently stayed true to the ideals that VE Day is supposed to honor: courage, sacrifice, and dignity. Harry served in a war, 2 tours in Afghanistan. He didn't sit in a military costume with medals he didn't earn. He didn't just pose on a balcony, he actually led. He co-created the Invictus Games, an international event that changes the lives of wounded veterans. He talks openly about PTSD, mental health, and the cost of service. That's what VE Day should be about. And Meghan? Meghan has quietly and consistently honored veterans and military families. She spent time at military bases, advocated for women veterans, and done it all with grace, and without the cameras being shoved in her face. But when she shows up in a somber black outfit for Remembrance Day, the press says she's trying to steal the spotlight. When she writes a heartfelt letter to military mothers, they call her attention-seeking. Meanwhile, Kate wears a purple coat to VE Day, and suddenly, it's a royal fashion moment. Come on now. You don't have to be a Sussex fan to see the hypocrisy. But if you are a Sussex fan, if you're part of this squad, then you already know. The double standard is the whole point. Meghan and Harry challenge the system just by existing, by being independent, by choosing peace over palace. And the institution can't stand that. They want obedient players who follow the script, smile on command, bow on schedule, and never ever speak up when they're being mistreated. Well, the Sussexes tore that script up, lit it on fire, and walked out with their heads held high. And look at them now, raising their kids with intention and privacy, building a legacy based on impact, not image, partnering with causes that matter. And doing it all while being relentlessly attacked by the same people who now tell us that a 6-year-old brushing his daddy's shoulder is front-page news. Give me a break. The palace may have the tabloids, they may have the balcony, but the Sussexes have something far more powerful: truth, love, and purpose. And that scares the royal establishment more than any tell-all book or Oprah interview ever could. So the next time you see headlines gushing about Louis being the meme king, just remember what they're really trying to do. They're trying to distract. They want you to forget the substance and focus on the spectacle. But here on Royal Sussex Squad, we don't do distractions. We do truth. We do facts. And we stand tall for Harry and Meghan because they've shown us what real royalty looks like, even when the crown turns its back on them. So let them play their PR games. Let them keep rolling out the kids when the headlines get too negative. Meanwhile, we'll keep supporting the Duke and Duchess of Sussex as they continue to build something real, something lasting, something meaningful. UK World Politics Royal Us Weather Science H History Weird Nature in Your Area. Home News Royal Beckham Family Done with Nicola Peltz as Real Reason for 50th Snub exposed Romeo Beckham's emotional statement before telling, "Move as Brooklyn Snub's dad." Writing in English doesn't have to feel hard. Grammarly. Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis make surprise appearance on VE Day. David and Victoria Beckham issued warning to end Brooklyn feud after snub by Taboola. Cheeky Prince Louis steals the show on VE Day, tugging at William's uniform. Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis are all in attendance while Princess Kate looks stunning in purple. UK World Politics, Royal Us Weather Science H History Weird Nature in Your Area. Home News Royal Beckham Family Done with Nicola Peltz as Real Reason for 50th Snub exposed Romeo Beckham's emotional statement before telling "Move" as Brooklyn Snub's dad. Writing in English doesn't have to feel hard. Grammarly. Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis make surprise appearance on VE Day. David and Victoria Beckham issued warning to end Brooklyn feud after snub by Taboola. Cheeky. Prince Louis steals the show on VE Day, tugging at William's uniform. Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis are all in attendance while Princess Kate looks stunning in purple. By Hanisha Sethi, Royal Reporter 1238, Mon, May 5, 2025. Vertical bar, updated, 1311, Mon, May 5, 2025. Share article 85 comments VE Day, Royals take their seats for military procession. Prince Louis caught the attention of royal fans as he gave his dad, Prince William, a helping hand with his ornate military uniform. The Waleses sat beside King Charles and Queen Camilla as they watched the military procession to mark the 80th anniversary of VE Day. At one stage, Prince Louis turned to the left to face Prince William and repeatedly began brushing his right shoulder as if to remove dust or dirt from his uniform. Royal fans have rushed to comment on the cheeky young prince's antics. On X, one wrote, "I love how William just casually accepts the behavior, LOL." At another point he also appeared to give a tug to his father's aiguillette, the ornate gold braid across his shoulder. One viewer said, "Prince Louis rubbing Prince William's shoulder, so adorable." Another wrote, "Oh, Prince Louis was brushing off his father's uniform, what a button he is." There he is, the meme king-in-chief himself, Prince Louis. Another royal fan on X analyzed the interaction, watching Prince Louis tapping William on the shoulder while William was talking to a gentleman to his side. Just like all kids. And just like all good parents, William acknowledged Louis with his hand touching him. "Hang on a minute, son," but continued his conversation. Fans of the royal family were delighted after they caught a glimpse of Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis arriving at Buckingham Palace ahead of today's VE Day commemorations. George, Charlotte. Louis looked adorable in navy blue as they color-matched their father and took their seats in the stands ahead of today's military procession. The children were seen greeting veterans along with their parents. This morning fans turn off as Prince Harry segment ruins VE Day celebrations. Latest. Key engagements include today's iconic balcony appearance and a special tea party in the grounds of Buckingham Palace. On Thursday the royals will attend a special service at Westminster Abbey, followed by a star-studded concert at Horse Guards Parade. This year's 80th anniversary of the end of the Second World War in Europe marks the first major VE Day commemorations to be held in the absence of Queen Elizabeth II. The late Queen had a personal link to the historic celebrations. As a young princess, she secretly joined thousands of revelers as they jubilantly gathered outside Buckingham Palace on the night of May 8, 1945. And if you're with me, if you believe in this mission, then make sure you subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like, share, and comment to let the algorithms know that the Royal Sussex Squad is alive and louder than ever. And hey, if you want to help keep the lights on and support independent content that tells the real story, go ahead and tap that super thanks button right now. Every single contribution helps me keep this platform thriving, bringing you the truth with no filters and no fear. Thank you for rocking with me, squad. Thank you for standing up for what's right. And thank you for keeping the Sussex flame burning bright. Until next time, stay bold, stay loyal, and above all, stay Sussex strong. I'll see you in the next one.